does your car scrape? My answer is, yeah, buddy. YouTube family, what is going on, man? What's popping? Welcome back to the channel, man. Hope y'all good, man. Hope y'all are living. Hope everything's going well. Hope everything is going your way, man. Welcome back to the channel. For my new viewers, appreciate tapping in and rock with your boy in this video, man. Make sure you like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel, most importantly. Also check out some of my old videos. I got a lot of content on this channel, and go back and look at it, man. Binge watch it, do whatever, man. Get some popcorn and look at all I got on this channel, man. Car meets, racing action, car reviews, we got news, we got a whole bunch of stuff on this channel, so make sure you guys do that for your boy. For my returning viewers, appreciate you guys like rocking with me and support me the long way, and you know, just doing what you got to do to support me, man. Like, I really appreciate that. That does not go unnoticed, man. Y'all are the real MVP for all of that. So let's go ahead and tap in on today's video. You see the title, see the thumbnail. So I get a lot of questions, DMs, and also a lot of comments on random videos about my car and the suspension setup. I did do a whole overview on my particular lowering springs that I have. I have the D2 Racing lowering springs, but I get other questions like how's the ride and certain things like that. So I'm gonna give y'all the whole enchilada. I'm gonna give y'all all the information you need to see if this is something you want to do. I'm gonna give you how it feels to drive this car on a daily basis, and if this is the right mod for you. So I ain't gonna hold y'all too long, man, so let's go ahead and get into it. Now, first things first, most people that will be lowering their car will be doing it for the looks. I have the RT, didn't have any kind of special package or anything with it, so it was sitting up like a 4x4, and that for a muscle car / sports car is a no-go, right? Lowering it made the car look so much better. You can see right here in the front how low it is here. You see absolutely no wheel gap whatsoever. The back has a little bit more of a wheel gap because of the fact of the rear shocks that's on it. It has the auto leveling shot, so it didn't drop as much, but it did drop it some. Like I said, with looks, the car looks so much better. The car looks more aggressive. The car looks wider. It looks meaner. It makes my tires look a little bit wider. And like with me having an RT, and you see it coming down the road, to see how low it sits. A lot of people think it's a Scat Pack, Hellcat, something like that. The people that think it's a Hellcat really don't know cars to begin with, but it makes your car look like the next trim because of the fact it looks low, it looks wide, it looks fast, it looks mean. So the look aspect is 100% worth it if you're considering doing it. But looks is only part of it. Now, let's get into a little bit of the functionality of driving this car while it's lowered. Now, the biggest thing is the ride quality. How does the car ride with such a lowered suspension stance and all that type of stuff, right? It's going to ride, as far as the handling is concerned, it's going to handle so much better. You're lowering the center of gravity of the car, and that alone is going to make the car handle much better than factory. And you will notice that taking turns and things of that nature. A lot of sports cars, as you know, are already low from the factory, and that's why they're low. Low cars perform better, handle better, and that's what you want, right? But here is the downside of lowering your car and altering your suspension. You will be sacrificing ride quality. It won't be as comfortable as stock. I know a lot of people say they lower their car and it feels just like factory. It depends. It depends. If you lower it a little bit, it will probably still feel like factory, but if you go a little bit lower, like what I did, it's gonna definitely change up how the car rides. I have, like I said, I have D2 Racing lowering springs on the car, and it does drop the car a lot. So the car will ride a whole lot rougher. One thing you want to keep in mind is the roads in your area. If you have terrible roads, lowering your car may not be for you. But then again, if that does not bother you, I say go for it. Definitely go for it. I will say that driving my car, there's some areas where the roads suck, and I clinch up hitting some of the bumps. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is gonna be a big thing that's gonna worry about. Some people, like I said, are not gonna be bothered by a little bit rougher ride, but some people are. So if that is gonna be something that's gonna bug you, do not spend money buying springs, getting them installed, to make your car lower. You're going to regret it. And I daily drive this thing, so like the ride quality is going to be sacrificed. First off, you're lowering the car and you're reducing the suspension travel. Like you see what my tires are right now, right? You see how low it is. It does not have a lot of room to move. So when it hits a bump, it doesn't move as much. And plus, a lot of people that do this mod and lower their car, they're only using the lowering springs. They're not changing out the shocks and things like that. You can change out the shocks. There are packages out there where you get the shocks and the springs together, and that will help keep the best ride quality possible. But most people that doing this are not going to be changing out both. They're just going to change out the shock. I mean, not the shock, just the springs. And just doing that alone, like I said, it's going to sacrifice the ride quality, because when the car came from the factory, it was engineered with the particular springs and particular ride height and the particular shocks in mind, right? And once you change out one or the other, it changes the ride quality no matter what. You're not going to be able to get around that at all. Also, another thing about lowering your car, depending on how wide your tires are or your wheels are, you may run into some rubbing. My wheels and tires do not rub at all whatsoever. I'm definitely good. It looks like I don't have any space, but I got plenty of space. This does not rub whatsoever. But if you go with wider wheels, wider tires, you may be faced with some rubbing, and that could be due to the offset, or if you're running spacers. If you're lowering your car and you're running spacers, you may not want to do that, because you can see here, you can check this out right there. You can see if my tire was out a little bit further, it's going to rub this fender here. And also on the back, if you lower the back, you're going to get some camber in the back a little bit, so, and that's going to rub on the inner fender, right? And you don't want that to happen. Next question I get: does your car scrape? My answer is yeah, buddy. That thing do scrape a big time a lot. As you can see on the front of my car, I've changed the RT splitter out to the Scat Pack SRT type splitter. And with it being a little bit longer nose, well, I should say, it does cause it to rub. I don't know, it's pretty dirty, but it does hit on the front here sometimes, depending on what kind of driveway I'm driving into or whatnot. As far as under the car, it does hit sometimes, especially if you are in like a parking garage. And you go up an incline and things like that, you may bottom out and the bottom of your car scrape. And also it will scrape on certain speed bumps. You can angle your car to make sure that does not happen as you're driving into certain driveways and things like that. But if you're in a parking garage, sometimes you don't have the space to do that, and you're gonna rub. And for my guys out there that like performance and also have long tube headers, you may want to think about this long and hard if you're going to lower your car. Long tube headers sit a whole lot lower than the factory pipe that's under the car, and they're a little bit more beefier. So you could run into a situation where you damage your long tube headers and you start scraping a lot of stuff. So think about that long and hard before you go this route. If you're thinking about doing headers down the road, you may want to think about a different set of far as lowering your car. May want to lower it just a little bit, or what have you, right? Or if you already have long tube headers and you're thinking about lowering it, you're definitely going to run into some issues with scraping the car. So you may want to think about some alternate options out there as far as getting your car lowered. Now, lowering springs is one option to lower your car. There are other options and other ways to get your car lowered. Another option, which is going to be slightly more expensive, you're going to go look at coilovers, adjustable coilovers. The adjustable coilovers, you can raise and lower the car. You can also, depending on what brand you get or what set you get, you can also change the suspension rate, the shock rate, so that way you can make it stiffer or softer depending on what you're doing. I suggest if you're doing a lot of tracking, you take the car to the track, things like that, adjustable coilovers might be the way you want to go, so that way you're not stuck at one height. You could change it and adjust it all you want. To the downside of having adjustable coilovers is that in order to adjust it, you're gonna have to jack the car up, take the wheels off, and do all your adjustments that way. So it does take some time to adjust it, but you do have that adjustability. And also, like I said, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive than just lowering springs. Lowering springs, you're paying about $200-300 for lowering springs. Coilovers, you're paying about $700-800 for them, depending on what you get. I just threw out a number there, but they're definitely more expensive. But you do get that adjustability. Another way you can lower your car is airbags. Airbags will give you the touch of a button to change the ride height of your car. They ride pretty good because you're riding on air, and so you can slam it down low as you want, have it a certain height if you're driving, all of that stuff. And so you don't have to worry about scraping, you don't have to worry about stuck at a certain height. Now, the downside of doing airbags on your car, they're going to be the most expensive option out there for you, right? And also, you're going to be losing trunk space, because in your trunk, you're going to have your air tanks and stuff back there to power your airbags. Granted, it's going to look best. You can have any height set, preset your heights, but you're gonna be spending a whole lot more money with installation and buying the kit yourself. You're talking about a couple $1,000s to lower your car. It is a game changer. It is something that not a lot of people do, but the looks of the car, if you're only going for looks, then that's the route you go to. Of course, if you're taking your car to the track, airbags may not be what you want to go to because of the fact that you don't have that adjustability as far as spring rates and things like that, and dampening and all that type of stuff. So big thing you want to think about. But if you're not tracking your car, you only doing it for 100% looks, and you got the money to do it, and you're not worried about losing your trunk space, airbags is the way to go. Definitely the way to go. I know I mentioned earlier in the video about when you should lower your car. I talked about long tube headers. You should definitely want to think about that if you're doing long tube headers. Ride quality. You definitely want to think about ride quality. If that's going to be a big thing after you lower your car. Like I said, there's other options out there. Now, another thing that this may hit home to a lot of people, drag racing. If you plan on drag racing your car, doing dig racing a good bit, do not lower your car with just lowering springs. The reason being is with drag racing, you want to be able to transfer weight and get the car to launch the best it can. Once you lower your car, you take away your ability to transfer weight. Granted, I don't drag race a whole bunch, and it's not something that's my bread and butter. I do it every now and again, so I'm not too worried about it. But if that's big, do not look at just lowering your car. You want to probably get a special drag suspension for your car. They do make something called Demon Killer springs, which are springs that are designed for these cars to perform the best on the drag strip, right? So those are something you want to look at. Also, you can look at, like I said, the coilovers as well, the adjustable coilovers, because you can change the spring rates, change the heights as you need be. So you can have a drag racing setup, you can have a track setup, an autocross setup, and things like that. Coilovers will be the best in that situation. If you're going to be tracking your car, you're going to have all the adjustability that you're going to need. Now, as far as my standpoint with me lowering my car, do I regret doing it? No, I really don't regret doing it, man. Like I said, I love the look of the car. It looks so much meaner. The stance is crazy. Like I said, I love it, man. It looks mean. It takes the car to, you see somebody with the Dodge. They kicked him out the car. What the hell is going on? Oh, they kicked him out the car. Hold on. Hey, we got some, I don't know if y'all can see that. So they got out the car. Hold on, I can zoom in. See if we can zoom in, see what's going on here. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I think they're up there arguing or something, man. Let's see. So I think they got kicked out the car, or I don't know if they were trying to run away or. As I was stating before, like, do I regret lowering my car even though I daily drive it? Granted, the ride is gonna be rougher. Like I said, it doesn't bother me too much. I had a car before where I altered the suspension. The rough ride doesn't bother me. Granted, if you are in any kind of sports car or whatnot, you're going to be faced with ride quality anyway, because the car is more suited for performance versus ride quality. Like I said, if that is big to you, do not lower your car. Do not go that route. The look is great. Another thing also I didn't mention before, if you lower your car, you want to make sure you get alignment on your car. The lower you go, the more camera you're gonna get on your tires and things like that. I'm gonna be honest and don't do what I did. I haven't got an alignment, which is bad. I know, terrible, terrible, terrible. Shame on me for doing that. But you can see here, and you might be able to see, you kind of see the tire does have some camber to it a little bit in the front. I just make sure I check the wear on it and things like that. If you go too low, it might be hard to get the camber back right on the front. Same with the back. If you go too low, your camera's gonna be off in the back, and you may have to get some camber bolts and things like that to get your alignment right. And if your camera is too off, you're gonna be chewing up the inside of your tires, and you're gonna be wearing through tires and things like that, right? And also with lowering it, your suspension is going to be stiffer, and you may also increase tire wear on your ride as well. It won't be big enough to notice, but it's something to keep in mind, right? All that can be prevented with a good alignment on your car. So make sure you do the alignment, make sure you can get it how you want to, and if you go too low, you're gonna have to buy extra parts to get it back right. Granted, I haven't done all that. Y'all can talk joke about me in the comments. That is bad on my part, very, very, very bad on my part, but it is what it is, right? Now, if you guys got any questions that I did not cover in this video, feel free to drop a comment below, and I'll be happy to get back to you and let you know all the ins and outs or anything I forgot to mention in this video about lowering your car. It is gonna make your car look so much better, so much meaner, but there are things you're gonna sacrifice and lose on that. So I want to thank each and every single one of you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you for clicking on it. Catch you on the next one. We are out. Cut it.